Hi everyone, my name is JT Pilot, and today I'll be making another video. This time I'll be doing a 1/4 scale airport day at my Norfolk International Model Airport, and this is for June of 2024, the 12th airport day of Norfolk on my YouTube channel. So in today's airport day, we'll have lots of new summer routes because the summer season has just began over at Norfolk, so lots of airlines have announced new routes, so that's going to be really exciting to incorporate in today's video. We have also had some special liveries in today's airport day, which is really exciting. And I do have new information to cover in Norfolk because I got some help from Werewolf16, or commonly known as Delta MD88 fan on YouTube, and he has helped me out. And he has helped me out with some, routes over at Norfolk and just various aircraft placements and the schedules over at Norfolk. So he is a worker over at Norfolk, so he has helped me out a lot. So I like to thank him so much. So thank Alexander. So anyways, yes, I had to mention that briefly. So check out his YouTube channel and his Instagram account. I'll link those down below. So anyway, so we'll be starting off all the aircraft over at Concourse Bravo, then we'll be proceeding on from there. So starting off our first aircraft, here we have a Breeze Airbus A220-300. No new changes over at Breeze for June. So this Breeze A220 has just arrived in from Providence, and you'll be continuing on to Los Angeles as Breeze Flight 702. So that's a Breeze for flight. So that sounded a little interesting there, but that's a Breeze for flight. That's a tongue twister for sure. Moving on to our next aircraft. So here we have a Frontier Airbus A321neo in the Chopper, the Great White Shark Tail. So Frontier Airlines has announced and started several new routes over at Norfolk. So they did start their land service last month, which I believe we covered in the last airport date. And they have also started San Juan, Puerto Rico, and they're using A321neo. So it's always great to use the A321neo over at Norfolk. I really love the Frontier A321neo, and this aircraft would be doing a first of its kind of a flight over at Norfolk, which is a flight over to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and that's Norfolk's first ever Caribbean nonstop flight, which is really exciting to see. Grateful to have a Frontier A321neo to represent that. So this Frontier A321neo will be heading out to San Juan in Puerto Rico. And also, Frontier Airlines has started a Philadelphia service using A320neos, but unfortunately we cannot represent that today, just because this airport day is based off of Saturday, June 22nd, 2024. So that the Philadelphia service, I believe, is a weekday service. I may be wrong on that. So, yeah, we'll be cleaning that in the next airport day, in case you're wondering. So, proceeding on to our next aircraft. Let me get the brightness up there. There you go. So, proceeding on to our next aircraft, here is Spirit Airbus A320-200 with Sharkless. So, no new Spirit routes in today's video. So, this Spirit A320 has just arrived in from Orlando at Spirit Flight 3051. And be continuing on to Boston at Spirit Flight 3055. And alrighty, so proceeding on to United Airlines. So no new changes over at United, but next month I will be flying United out Norfolk again into this route. So this United Airbus A319 will be heading out to Newark as United Flight 1726. So I will be flying on this flight in July, which is really exciting. And I'll be flying on the 737-700 though, but I'll be flying to Newark at least. So here you go. Who knows, that flight could change, but yeah. So United's mainly been sending A319s and 737s on this route. So there you go, and some CRJ 550s. Proceeding on to our next United aircraft, here we United 737-800. He'll be doing a flight out to Chicago O'Hare as United Flight 660, and United has been doing several daily mainline flights to Chicago, which is really exciting. Most of which have been on 737-800. So maybe the next video will be incorporating some more regional flights, so maybe we'll do like an afternoon video, because most of these flights are based on the morning hours, except for that Frontier one, just because that is a evening flight that I really want to include. And proceeding on to our next United aircraft. Sorry about the poor camera angle. Here we United 737-700, and this aircraft will be heading out to Houston Intercontinental Airport or United Flight 1895. And proceeding on to our next aircraft, here we Sun Country 737-800. And this aircraft will be doing a charter flight out to Richmond or Sun Country Flight 8205. So, really interesting to see all these Sun Country charter flights over at Norfolk. There's been a lot of them recently, so just had to include one in today's airport. And proceeding on to some Delta Airlines aircraft, and yes, you do see an A319 over there, so there's some differences in today's airport dates. So, yeah. So starting off our first aircraft, here we Delta Boeing 757-200 without winglets in the Gen 2 configuration. And this aircraft will be doing a nonstop service out to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport or Delta Flight 2925. Proceeding on to our next aircraft, here we Delta CRJ-900, and this aircraft is operated by Endeavor Air, and you'll be doing a new service out to Minneapolis, St. Paul, or Delta Flight 4840. So the Minneapolis service was a pre-pandemic route that just never resumed over at Norfolk until now. So I'm grateful to see this route resume. So this Delta CRJ-900 will be heading out to Minneapolis. Proceeding on to another Delta CRJ-900, this CRJ-900 will be heading out to New York LaGuardia as Delta Flight 5329. That's another Endeavor Air flight. And this is a new service we got over here with this Delta Airbus A319. So really grateful to include this aircraft over in Norfolk again. So this Delta Airbus A319 will be heading out to Boston as Delta Flight 2942. And this is a Saturday only service. So grateful to see mainline on the Boston route. And the final aircraft over at Concourse Bravo, here is Spirit Airbus A319. They'll be doing a flight out to Fort Lauderdale as Spirit Flight 2689. And proceeding on to some taxiing aircraft. So this Breeze Embraer J195 will be heading out to Fort Myers today as Breeze Flight 470. Proceeding on to some cargo action. I really want to get some more cargo aircraft to represent over at Norfolk and maybe do the cargo terminal as well. But this FedEx Boeing 767-300F will be doing a service out to Atlanta or FedEx Flight 409. So that's a pretty typical FedEx route. Then proceeding on to another taxiing aircraft, this Southwest 747-700 in the Heart livery has just arrived in from Dallas Love Field as Southwest Flight 3434. So that is a seasonal flight, but that flight has been going all year, so maybe that'll become a permanent route over in Norfolk, who knows. And this aircraft will be doing a new nonstop flight out to St. Louis as Southwest Flight 1534. So this was another brief pandemic route. I remember covering it in one of my 2020 Norfolk Airport dates, and that route has never returned until now. So, yes, it's grateful to see St. Louis being represented over at Norfolk, so that's a good nonstop connection. Hopefully, we can see that route more besides it being a seasonal route. And alright, so proceeding on to Concourse Alpha, and this is where Alexander really helped me out, because he helped me out in placing all the American aircraft at their proper gates, because believe it or not, each route operates out a specific gate, and it don't really change. The American doesn't really change it up too much. So our first American aircraft being this American Eagle CRJ-700, he'll be operating out of gate A2 for a flight out to Washington, DCA as PSA Airlines Flight / American Eagle Flight 5472. So yeah, most PSA Airlines flights operate out of gate A2. And proceeding on to the next gate, here we have an American 737-800 operating out of gate A4 for a flight out to Miami as American Flight 1448. So all the Miami flights operate over at gate A4. At gate A6, here at American Eagle, Embraer J175, and you'll be doing a flight out to New York John F. Kennedy as American Flight 4360. So most Republic flights out to the New York area operate out of this gate. And at gate A8, here we had an American Airbus A319-100. And this aircraft will be doing a flight out to Charlotte as American Flight 2059. So unfortunately, this route's been downgraded to mainly A319s and 737. So yeah, no more A321s, and Charlotte flights operate over here. So that's really exciting to see. And alright, so proceeding on to our next aircraft. So American Airlines operates their Dallas flights over at this side of Concourse Alpha. So this American 737-MAX 8 will be heading on to Dallas Fort Worth as American Flight 1914. So yeah, so recently American has substituted some of their 747-800 flights with 747-MAX 8. So I just had to represent that in today's airport date. So normally 747-800s operate this route, and they have been doing that for years, but American has sent a few 747-MAX 8s on their route, probably just because the -800s has some maintenance issues or something. So this 747-MAX 8 will be heading out to Dallas Fort Worth. Proceeding on to Allegiant Airlines, so they have resumed some of their seasonal flights. So this Allegiant Airbus A320-200 with sharklets will be doing a flight out to St. Petersburg in Florida. And proceeding on to our last two aircraft, so yes, so a week ago, two Southwest 747-800s came into Norfolk, and they were both wearing special liveries, which are these two aircraft. So both Tennessee 1 and New Mexico 1 came at the same time, and they were parked up right next to each other. So I had to represent that in today's airport date. So yes, and I'm grateful to have both of these models, so we can do that. So Southwest has been sending a ton of special liveries into Norfolk. They've also sent the California 1 747-800. But unfortunately, I don't have a model of that, so I could not represent that. So that's pretty unfortunate. And yeah, please NG or Gemini release that. And then Southwest has also sent Illinois 1, and they've also sent Louisiana 1. So yes, I do believe those are the aircraft they have sent. So So this Southwest 747-800 in the New Mexico 1 livery, this beautiful aircraft, will be doing a flight out to Nashville at Southwest Flight 2658. And the Tennessee 1 747 Stranger will be doing a typical service out to Baltimore as Southwest Flight 1124. And alright folks, that does conclude today's airport date. So once again, this was the 12th Norfolk Airport date, and this is for June of 2024. And yeah, so Norfolk has seen lots of summertime growth and a lot of summer seasonal routes starting up, which is really exciting. So we are approaching the summer season. So yeah, so that's all I really got to say. So Norfolk's been booming. It's a really great model airport to represent. It's my home airport, so I just have to represent it. And yeah, so thank you to Alexander for all his help in today's airport day. So check out his Norfolk Airport update on his YouTube channel. He does have his own Norfolk, and he does have a layover layouts mat, and his is really great. So check it out. Maybe one day I'll be able to get a layouts mat for this. Maybe we'll have to see. That'd be really great. Yeah, but I like this airport. It's a really unique airport, and I really love seeing it expand over time. And yeah, I can remember 4 years ago when this airport was a smaller airport. Just remember when it was less routes, less airlines, and that kind of thing. So really grateful to see Norfolk expand, and that's all I got to really say in today's airport date. So I'm JT Pilot, and I'd like to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful day.